Hey guys, this is Mega Hero 5 with an announcement. See, I was thinking about doing a series of videos that I'd like to call Moments of Nostalgia. Cause, well, I have some very nostalgic memories of my video games, ones that I'd like to share with you. So, let's get started. For the first episode, I'd like to talk about my first ever gaming console, the PS1. Oh, where to start? So many fond memories. I think I would like to start with see, in Denmark we have a toy shop called BR Toys. Stupid name when foreigners hear it, I know. And I was very simple-minded as a kid. I remember that I thought that if you had if you had something in a shop, like something costed $10. I believe that price was because it took 10 times $1 to cover it. Yeah, stupid, I know. But yeah, and I had already been introduced to video games as a 7-year-old, I believe, where I got my first Game Boy Pocket, so that is technically the first the first gaming thing I ever got, with Mario and stuff. And to this date I regret not having been born earlier, because oh my god, if I had been born just 5 or 7 years earlier, I could have had a Super Nintendo and I could have grown up with Sonic the Hedgehog instead of freaking Mario on the Game Boy. Ugh. And also, every time I watch videos on YouTube with people sharing their deep memories of the Super Nintendo with Final Fantasy and Zelda: A Link to the Past, I'm just so jealous, because I was born in 1991, and that means that when I finally got old enough to play video games, we had already moved on to 3D, guys. But I don't want to complain too much, because when I saw this baby in the stores, and I was like, again, I was like 10 years old or something, I believe. Yeah, I was about 10 years old, and this thing costed 1,000 krona in Danish currency, about $177. And I, again, simple-minded as I was, I believed that this was the top of the cake. Nothing else was as expensive as this was. It couldn't get any more expensive than 1,000. And I don't know, I didn't really know any of the games that was out for it. I had just heard about my friend. I had just heard my friends talking about it, and I think it looked cool, I guess. So I begged my parents to get it for me, and at first it wouldn't seem like it. But then at my next birthday, my stepdad took me to this toy shop, trying to cover what we were here for, even though I had pretty much already figured it out. And then he he spoke to one of the employees, who then went into the back room of the store, and then came out with this big big sealed package. And I was like, oh my god, they have even saved it for me. Wow. And all the way home he tried to lie to me about, keep it a secret what I was getting for my birthday, but I had already figured it out. I was not that stupid. And then this baby is what I uncovered in the package. Coming complete along with Spyro the Dragon. My first ever PlayStation game. And I live in Denmark, where we speak Danish. So needless to say that I was not very good at English at the time. I don't know how good you think I am now, but I didn't know any English at that time. So every time there was a conversation in the game or anything English related, my mom had to sit next to me and translate it for me. And I remember a very funny story where it was near the beginning of the game, and I had rescued one of these crystal encased dragons, and then my little brother came in and needed some help from my mom, and that resulted in him talking over the dragon, so we didn't hear what the dragon had to say, and I was convinced that it had been something important. So when I didn't hear it because of him, I raged over him. I was furious, and had to play and had to finish the game in grudge over what he did, until I played the game again a few years later, only to find out that if you stepped on the platform where the dragon had been imprisoned in crystal, if you stood on that platform for about 2 seconds, you would be given the following options: save, quit, or hear the dragon again. And I felt so stupid. I had been angry at my little brother for no fucking reason. Oh well. But anyway, to date, this console is, I believe it is my favorite video game console of all time. Yes, I know that the PS2 can play PS1 games too, but it's just not the same. I grew up with this console, and it has granted, I know that the game library for the PS2 is much bigger, but still the PS1 has a great variety of games, and they are all memorable classics that we all know and love. One of them, which I'll be getting to later, because that is one of my favorite games of all time, which I also have some nostalgic memories of. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I thought it was expensive. As fuck, and words can't describe my happiness when I finally got it. And I still love it to death to this date. And yes, this is the console, the very same console that I got back then. I have taken that much care of it. May have some scratches here and there, but other than that, it's unscathed. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. How I got it, how happy I was when I got it, and I love this console and its games to death. What else can I say? So that is my nostalgic memories of the PS1. Hope you guys enjoyed it and look forward to the next nostalgic memories I want to share with you. Okay, bye.